श्रीमते जैमिन्याचार्याय नमः। श्रीतलवकारगुरवे नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। कौसल्या सुप्रजा रामपूर्वा सन्ध्या प्रवर्तते। उत्तिष्ठ नरसार्दूला कर्तव्यं दैवमान्निकम्। कौसल्या सुप्रजा रामपूर्वा सन्ध्या प्रवर्तते। उत्तिष्ठ नरसार्दूला कर्तव्यं दैवमान्निकम्. Today, that is Saturday, March 24th and 2018. It is Saptami and Chaitra Suddha Saptami. We are going to celebrate tomorrow, that is Sunday, Sri Ramanavami, that is the birth of Lord Rama. And in this regard, we are about to learn the connected or relevant sutra with Ramachandra Prabhu. In this regard, we have left the previous learning at Viparitam Ketoho, and we have covered the Argalas and respectively the Nakshatra Argalas. And today, in this regard, we will continue as per our video sessions, that the 12th sutra, which is Atmadikaha Kalade Bhirna Bhogas Saptanam Ashtanam Va, which is a very, very important and it has a lot of meanings and it requires a lot of video sessions. And we try to observe this occasion, that is Sri Ram Navami, to take this Atma related subject, because Sri Rama is a Surya Vamsa, that is he is born in Surya lineage, that is sun lineage, and Krishna, Lord Krishna is born in moon's lineage. That is what Puranas and Ramayana and Mahabharata proclaim. Anyhow, these things will we learn in future coming videos. Will be know whatever the idea behind this sutra. And for the time being, today we'll learn a very simple meaning of that sutra, what it implies and how to know that sutra in a very, very basic manner, basic level, I say. See, this sutra contains 18 letters. That means in the entire sutra contains 18 letters, which is symbolically related to 18 Puranas. So it is like Jaya. Jaya is the word used by Vyasa Bhagavan for 18. So when we take Katapaya, it gets 18. Though that 18 has a very significant number in not only in Bhagavatam, and also we have in Bhagavad Gita. Fine. But this sutra is Atmadikaha, that is, it is defining about Atma. Atman. So it is Nakaranta Pullinga. That is, it is a male, that is Pullinga. Pullinga means some sex of that word is male. So male gender, when we say that, it has vibhaktis. That is, in Sanskrit we have number and cases. So number means we have Ekavachana, Dvivachana and Bahuvachana. That means singular and dual and plural. In Sanskrit we have a case where dual is also very important, rather than directly going from singular to plural. So here we have the number as Ekavachana, Dvivachana, Bahuvachana, and cases means that what we are talking about, the Nama Vachakam, that is the noun, that is, for example, say Rama. That Rama has different cases. So that cases by Rama, for Rama, in Rama, like that many cases are there. So that ultimately we'll get 7 types of cases in Sanskrit. However, according to that 7 vibhaktis, we'll have another vibhakti called Sambodhana vibhakti. Sambodhana means addressing. So this sutra tells about Sambodhana Karaka. Earlier sutra Viparitam Ketoho is a Sambodhana sutra. That is, it tells about the Ketu, whereas here it is Sambodhana Karaka sutra. So Sambodhana Graha, and here it is Sambodhana Karaka. So what is this Karaka and what its effects will come in future videos. For the time being, just to take it granted that this sutra is very highly coded. Therefore, we'll take a little bit by step analysis in a slow manner. So here Atman means soul. This soul is defined by Maharshi by in astrological parlance. That means in Puranas, Upanishads and other Vedic knowledge, Atma is being highlighted because it is the ultimate goal of the Vedas or Upanishads is to learn about the soul's journey and how it originates and how it takes birth and how it make its journey from dark to light. So in that regard, Upanishads and Puranas have their own contextual definitions. But whereas in Jaimini astrology, particularly, that is this sutra tells about the exact definition in terms of astrological terms. So, because Atman is a soul which cannot be perceived by naked eyes or any naked senses, but it's only inward journey when we take, then we only know about what is Atman. So, before going into the inward journey by yoga process or any bhakti or other higher level of as per Bhagavad Gita, here in astrological way, that is in astrological context, Maharshi is trying to tell you that in terms of planets, which we know that is in the celestial bodies which orbit around Earth or in the sky, they are from Sun to Rahu. So Rahu and Ketu also, because earlier that the previous sutra is about Viparitang Ketu, so we cannot consider or include Ketu in this sutra. So we are left with Ravi to Rahu, which are 8 in number. So among these 8 numbered quantities, they are symbolically representing the Ashtanga Yogas or Ashtavidha Prakriti. That means 8 multifold nature. So when we consider that into contextually in this regard, astrological terms, we try to tell you the Atma definition in terms of planets. So how that is a sutra, it tells you Atma adikaha kaladibhirna bhoga saptanam ashtanamba. Atma is what which exceeds by kala. So Atma adikaha, adika is exceeding and kala means minutes. So we have in planetary longitude, we have geocentric longitude, we have degrees, minutes, seconds, and starting from 0 to 360 we know. So when we see that way, the planet when it is moving, it will be degrees. When we try to convert that degrees entirely into minutes and seconds, we'll get some value. So that part, Maharshi is trying to say that you try to convert the planet's position within this sign. So within this sign, how you know that sign? So Viparitang Ketu, earlier it is said that Ketu. So Ketu is a sign. Actually, to say there are many meanings of Ketu. So we have Ketu means a sign, a flag, any something to represent. So in that context, the next sutra, because it is the next sutra following immediately after Viparitang Ketu, so that implies that we have to consider within the sign. Instead of 360 degrees, we have to take 30, 30, 30 as each sign. We have Aries to Pisces. So any planet moving in these signs, when we take within that 30 degrees, that planetary longitude will be converted into minutes rather than seconds. We have to convert that into minutes. Okay. Once this is being converted into minutes, then whichever the higher value, that is whichever is having higher longitude, that is considered as Atman. That is just a straightforward definition. Fine. So once this is being said, we have to consider all among the 8 planets which are the highest degrees or minutes and seconds. However, that sutra says Atma adikaha kaladibhirna bhoga saptanam ashtanamba. In that, there are 18 letters we have said. So out of 18 letters, when we take exactly halfway, that is Atma adikaha kaladibhirna, from till there 9 letters are being there. After na, it is bhogaha saptanam ashtanamba. So here that na and bhoga are very crucial for this sutra to understand. it has many implications, but just today it means that it is like a lamp placed on the threshold of the main door of a house. So for example, in olden days we used to put a lamp on threshold of the door, and due to that the light will be shed inside the house and outside the house, so it serves both purposes, in and out. Just like that lamp is serving both in and out, that symbolizes our soul's light or enlightenment. It has both awareness of outward, that is bahya, external world or macrocosm, and in inner world, that is microcosm, antar. So bahya, antar, external and internal, both are subjugated to this Atma soul's capabilities. So within that capability, when it is knows many things, it is a higher knowledge. For example, say Atma is having a lot of consciousness or advanced consciousness. So it is treated as that soul is a advanced, and that living being is a advanced or highly knowledgeable person. If it is in tamoguna or ignorance, then it is also towards the darkness. So in that way will come later, but it is just like the lamp throws inner and outside, inside and outside of the house, the light. Similarly, in this sutra, we have the words na bhogaha, which are like a lamp. In this Sanskrit, we have gehal deepa nyaya. That means that nyaya, or we can say that rule, which will be applicable in this sutra particularly to know the meanings of actual sutra. So let us have these meanings in straight away. So saptanam ashtanam va. Sapta means 7 planets, and ashtanam va, that is or, va is or, among 8. So among 7 or 8, we have to consider the longest or the highest degree of any planet which has passed within the sign, and that should be considered as an Atma. So why this 7 or 8 system? So it is a or logic, not a and logic. So we have to consider that in Sanskrit, because these sutras are within the limit of Sanskrit, so we have to understand this Sanskrit knowledge also, and it applicable to this sutra also. So just like Atma is here being stated, it is should be treated as Pradhama Vibhakti, just like I was telling about number and cases. Pradhama is a first Vibhakti, that is first case, and for that we have to use any noun or a verb. For example, say here it is noun, because Atman is a noun, so we have to take noun, and we'll have, as I was telling, that 7 Vibhaktis, 7 cases, along with Sambodhana Vibhakti, it will becomes 8. So what is Sambodhana? Say for example, Rama is the noun. So that noun or Rama is addressed as Hey Rama. So in Sanskrit, when we learn primary Sanskrit learning, we know Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha. Hey Ramaha, Hey Ramo, Hey Rama. In that way, that addressing of Rama is treated with this Hey Shabdam. So Hey is the word which is like a addressing, vocative, like that. So this sutra tells about not only Prathama Vibhakti, that is Prathama Vibhakti or nominative case as per English grammar. Not only nominative, it also tells about the vocative case. So nominative case is pertaining to 7, whereas when we include vocative case, that is addressing case, it becomes 8. So in that way, Maharshi is trying to say that we have to consider from Sun to Saturn, which are 7 in number, their longitude when converted into minutes. So whoever is highest, which it should be treated as the Atman. Fine. Again, we have to do with Rahu, because he is Nabhogaha. That is with Bhoga. Bhoga is the word used for serpenthood. So Bhoga here, we have to take it as the Rahu, and Na Bhogaha means without Rahu, one combination or one situation, and with Rahu, why it is the word can have 2 layers of or 2 levels of meanings. That is Na Bhogaha has 2 levels of meanings. One is Utpatti Artham, or that is the inner meaning, that is Nabaha Gaha. That is which one moves in sky. That means Nabhas is the sky and Ga is moving. So that one which moves in the sky or celestial object which has to be treated as 8 in number because Ketu is not considered. So 8 in number. So Nabhaga means 8 in number. Now when we take Na Bhogaha, that means without Rahu, then it becomes 7. That is what actually simple straightforward meaning of this sutra. So we have to consider two situations, and that situation is pertaining to nominative and vocative type of as per grammar of Sanskrit. So keeping parallelly these two, that is Sanskrit and astrology, because sarvatra savarna bhavarasya, that is what sutra establishes, and it authorizes that we have to consider this sutra in the light of grammar also. So we'll come later in all other cases also, but just for the Atma Karaka, once we did that Atma, which is the highest degrees and minutes and seconds from 7 planets, that should be tested with Rahu. So Rahu generally moves in reverse direction. So that is also, we have to, in this case, we have to take mean Rahu only. So true Rahu has both forward and backward direction, but mean Rahu is only considered only backward. So in this regard, mean Rahu is to be taken, and that mean Rahu, because Rahu moves from end of the sign to beginning of the sign in reverse way, we have to consider the Rahu's longitude directed from that 30 degrees. So once we detect that Rahu's longitude, we convert that into also similarly for all other 7 planets. And when we compare that, if Rahu has something to compete with Atman, that is the highest one, then we have to take the 7th or 8th Karaka, 8th situation. For example, say in a 7 planetary system, say some X planet, say example Sun has having lot of maximum number of degrees and minutes and seconds. So here Ravi, if we take as Atman, then once Rahu is being detected and we convert that, then if he is near to that Atman, greater than all other 6, then we have two cases. One is that Rahu can exceed the Ravi, or he can just follow behind Ravi. So these two cases, we have two types of Sambodhanas. Though it is only single Sambodhana, but it is like in this situation, that is Sutra, Rahu can become a Sambodhana only. He cannot never be a Atma Karakan, but he can be a Sambodhana Karaka for Atman, Atma Karaka, by being ahead of Atma Karaka, which is called Agre Rahu Sambodhana Karaka, and behind Atma Karaka by Prushta or Anusarana Sambodhana Karaka. These two types of situations are just like Ravi, if you treat it as king, then king can be received by another king by coming or coming in front of him or walking in front of him and receiving him. So that receptive case or receiving case is like a Agre Rahu type. But when a king defeats another king and he occupies the territory, then he is followed by his that employers who are there, ministers and all, who praises him, his greatness, so that they are behind him and they follow him and they say praise about him. So in these two situations, it's like a war. In war, king can be negotiated by another king, because a wise king will never try to have a war. Instead of that, he will try to see the welfare of the people. So if two kings are of equal or somehow wise kings are there, then one king will definitely submit to him. So he is like a Samantaraju, that is, who subordinates or he will be subservient to him. In that way, then that situation of addressing or receiving him will be arising. In other case where king is directly dominating another king, then it will be a following of, and followers will be following that king. So this way, two situations of Sambodhana can be visualized, and for that I have given a link below, because that videos we can see from them, we can know a little bit idea what this sutra means. So Sambodhana can be two types. Though, however, there are two, it will be treated as only one Sambodhana, and Rahu can have a post called Sambodhana Karaka. So, there are 7 posts which are starting from Atma to Dara. But planets which can compete for that 7 posts are 7 only. But because of Sambodhana, that is vocative case, Rahu comes in only vocative wherever it is possible. But primary importance will be given to only Atman, because the subject which we are trying to delineate the chart, we are only concerned with that person's horoscope, and for that person will have so many relations, mother, father, sisters, children, many other relationships. So that is a secondary consideration. So first, primarily, you have to look into the chart by taking the natives consideration, and in that regard, when Rahu can become a Sambodhana to Atman, that has something to do, and we have to consider carefully the chart in that regard. If it is not a Atmakaraka Sambodhana for Rahu, then it will be discarded, and it just next the follower who are in that 7 category system will be following as a Amatya and like that. So today we have to consider this sutra in a very simple level of understanding, that we have to perform the conversion of planetary longitude within the sign into minutes and seconds. Once that done, we have to check who is the highest degrees, minutes and seconds among the 7 planets, and he will be treated as Atma forever. There is no any secondary thought. But to see is there any vocative for that Atma, we have to check Rahu's position and convert that into minutes and seconds. And if he is greater or lesser than Atma, or neighborhood of Atman, and he is more than, particularly I'm saying, you have to be very particular about this, he has to exceed other 6 planets, then he becomes Sambodhana to Atma. So this type of sutra analysis is a one part. In later videos we will see more of this, because it has many multiple meanings, and it condenses all the entire astrology into one single 18 letter sutra, which is a very beautifully Maharshi has described within 18 letters, which is a auspicious. So we'll take examples to understand this sutra, but for the time being, this Atmakaraka is the sutra, and this sutra is about Sambodhana Karaka sutra, whereas earlier Viparitam Ketu is Sambodhana Graha sutra. So Graha and Karaka are little bit different. We have to consider in that regard. So this is a sutra of Sambodhana Karaka sutra, and that sutra, when we apply into horoscopes, we'll know many things which has to come. So today I would like to have this sutra in view of Sri Ram Navami, which is coming tomorrow, because Rama is born in Vilambinama Samvatsram as per Kala Prakashika, Sriranga Sthala Purana and Ramayana. Rama is a Surya, that is sun's lineage, and I was praising him, that is Kausalya Supraja Rama Purva Sanja Pravartate, that Rama is being addressed by Vishwamitra to wake up. So that is Kausalya Supraja Rama. These 3 words are used by very carefully by Vishwamitra to wake up the soul. So just like soul is being sleeping or in the ignorance, that is symbolically represented by Rahu. So Rahu is like Adishesha, that is the serpent, and Sri Mahavishnu's avatara is Rama and Krishna. Therefore, always Rama is associated with Lakshmana, who is again serpent avatara, that is the Amsha of Adishesha. And in Krishna avatara also, Lord Krishna is the direct incarnation of Vishnu, and he was associated with the Adishesha avatara, which is in Balarama. So therefore, always for Atman, there is always the that serpent coil, which is nothing but our coil, that is Kundalini Shakti. That is nothing but our karma, that is karma's potential. Just like a watch, key watch, when we rotate that watch, the energy stored in the watch, which is called potential energy. That potential energy is represented by these coils, and in cosmos, when we see, entire universe is like a Sudarshana chakra. So Sudarshana, that is to look into it very carefully and properly. Therefore, it represents cosmic energy. So the energy part, that is Prakriti, whatever it is there, it is associated with the Supreme, who is the Lord Vishnu or any Supreme Almighty. So that always in this avatara, for example, Rama avatara, Lakshmana is also associated, and Vishwamitra is addressing him Not only him, at the same time Lakshmana also. So both are being addressed by Vishwamitra, and Vishwamitra is nothing but he is the propounder of Gayatri, and this Gayatri is nothing but we have to understand in context of our Upadesam and all. So Jaimini Gayatri we have. In this context, Maharshi is trying to wake Rama to perform the karma so that the whatever in past lives they are there, that balance should be nullified, so that the Atma can liberate. It can become free of all bondage. So Maharshi is trying to give that clue, that Ramayana situation of waking Lord Rama in Brahma Muhurta. So this Brahma Muhurta also I can discuss according to these two sutras, that is Vipritam Keto and Atma Adikaha, in later videos. But during this Brahma Sutra, that is Brahma Muhurta, Maharshi is, that is Vishwamitra, is invoking Rama to get up so that he can perform day-to-day activities. By day-to-day activities, dharmam, that is what supposed to do his activities. By that dharmam, he can Nityata, dharma nityata kaivalyancha, because it is connected with this Atmakaraka. When whoever performs whatever the prescribed duties accordingly without any passion and favor or any unwillingly or willingly, then he can become kaivalyancha. He is eligible for the emancipation or final annihilation. So this concept in further videos we'll learn, which are highly esoteric value, but we have to basically, Maharshi is trying to give anyone who wants to know Atma in terms of planets, so that once we know the planetary chart, then when we close our eyes and we try to meditate on that, we know that soul's goal, where it is going and how it is supposed to go, and how can we direct or guide him in that direction. So in this way, this sutra is very crucial. It is all important that this Jaimini Sutram, that is Jaimini Sutra Upanishad, is not just a small or normal astrological mundane level, but it is a spiritual level. So it is Upanishad. That is how it is Upanishad, because it says about Paravidya, that is Vedas are two parts, that is one is apara and para. Apara means which tells about our day-to-day karma kandas, and paravidya is about gnana kanda. So learning gnana kanda is the ultimate goal. So in that regard, Jyotisham is generally is not considered as a paravidya. It is only taken as a aparavidya, because it is in the domain of Veda. So Veda is always comes in the karma kanda section, but Upanishads, which are higher than Vedas, are considered as paravidya, which tells about the moksha. Therefore, not only other Upanishads about which are telling about moksha, in Jaimini, that is in astrological parlance or astrology context, this Jyotisham, that is Jaimini Jyotisham, is because it is telling about the Atmas and its final emancipation moksha, it is treated as Sutra Upanishad. Therefore, in this regard, this sutra authenticates that this astrology is not a mundane level of astrology, but it's a higher level of astrology, and it's spiritual astrology. Therefore, it's a Jaimini Sutra Upanishad. So that is a meaning we have to understand, and in that regard, this sutra, when we know more and more, we'll learn why it is being so. So I'll, in this regard, I'll wish all of our viewers, that is English channel viewers, that I planned and I uploaded my Telugu and Hindi versions also. Who are convenient at their own languages, they can also view that videos. And any suggestions, any things, we can definitely welcome. And I'll try to do this astrology more and more in coming videos, to be maybe familiarized, so that who are having so many notions, that is which are being prevailing by many astrologers, they also maybe take this our parampara according to our knowledge. So I hope and I wish all of you Sri Ram Navami wishes, and Vilambinama Samvatsara is a great Samvatsara and great opportunity to remind him, Maharshi Vyasa and Bhagavan Valmiki, and also Jaimini as propounded this sutra in that regard. So I'll take leave. Jai Shri Ram.